Hey y'all, I'm Sherri, and I want to tell you that if you want to lose weight and lead a healthy lifestyle, you do not need to cut out alcohol in its entirety. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can still drink, but be smarter about it and not gain the weight. Cheers! It is one of those very first spring days where the days are now longer. Here in North Carolina, it's finally warm enough where you can get outside and not have on, the big coat. And I sat outside last night with a neighbor that I hadn't seen in probably 6 months, and we reconnected over a bottle of wine, and that really got me thinking about doing a video to teach people how you can still drink if you were trying to lose weight or maintain your weight and live a healthy lifestyle. So the first thing I think you should do is, if you're trying to lose weight, make sure it's not the all or nothing mentality. Like you drank, but now I'm on a diet, so now I'm not gonna drink at all. And then when I reach my goal weight, then I'll start drinking again. I don't think that is a good philosophy. What I suggest you do is really make a lifestyle change. So like I said, you gotta drink smarter, and I'm going to teach you how to do that right now. I recommend you develop what's called your own personal drinking philosophy. Now, I have one because I have been known to be a lover, especially of the fermented grapes. But I think it's important that you set some boundaries and some parameters around your drinking that you are comfortable with and that you can stick with. First question I want you to ask yourself is, why do I drink? What is kind of my goal? And that's going to vary for some people. Let's be honest, some people like the feeling, they like the buzz. I don't think anybody likes the drunk hangover, but some people do like the feeling that you get if you drink enough to get a buzz. Let's just be honest. Other people drink for socialization, or some people drink around crowds, kind of like to decrease stress anxiety. You may drink because you are bored. You may drink because you are rewarding yourself, or you, like I mentioned, it's kind of stress relief. So look at, why would I want to drink? And if your reasons for drinking involve any kind of emotions, like I drink when I'm bored, I drink stress, or I drink to reward myself for a hard day or a hard week, these are the ones you want to look at and cutting out, because it's easy to find a different way to reward yourself, become not bored, or to relieve stress or anxiety. Alcohol and food, but alcohol, for the purposes of this video, is not the route you want to go. Okay, so first of all, look at, why would I drink, and is this a good philosophy? Are there some of these things that need to be tweaked? All right, number two, you want to look at when you drink. And what I really mean by that is, are you going to be somebody who drinks alone? Are you going to be somebody who drinks through the week? Are you going to be someone who only drinks on special occasions? Are you going to be somebody who drinks every weekend? What parameters do you have for yourself around when you drink? Now, if you were a solo drinker, I think this is a great area of opportunity to cut it out. What good comes from drinking alone? If you're like me, I learned long ago, nothing good comes from this. I just end up getting chatty and texting some guy from years ago, or let's not even go down that road. It's not good. So I learned long ago, I do not want to drink when I am alone. For me, drinking is a socialization thing. So there are times, especially during COVID, where I sat around and maybe it's a Saturday night and I was going to watch a movie by myself, and I thought to have a beverage would be nice, but I didn't do it because of the calories and the lifestyle. It's just not where I want to spend my calories. So think about that. When do you want to drink? And I would recommend that you don't do it anytime that you are alone. Like maybe even like on a business trip and you go out to dinner and the company's paying for it. So why not have, that $12 glass of wine? Don't do it, okay? Rethink that. All right, let's move on to the next question you should ask yourself. That question is going to be, how much am I going to drink? This one's interesting, and I have seen people all over the place with this. Some people like to say, I will have 1 to 2 drinks, and then that is my limit. Other people are like, I'm gonna have 0 or I'm gonna have 4 or 5. There's no, why would you have 1 glass of wine? Why would you have 1 beer? And that relates back to the why. If you are drinking to get the buzz, then why would you have 1 beer? But if you are drinking for socialization, and it's like with my neighbor last night, you may have 1 drink. So it all goes back to, why are you drinking? Come up with how much and set some loving limits for yourself. I like that term. I learned from one of the dietitians that works for me. Jennifer taught me that term, loving limits. And so loving limits may be in how much you drink. You may set like, I'm gonna drink, but when I do drink, I'm not gonna go over 4 drinks. 5 drinks, whatever your limit is. Or some people like to set it and they say 1 is going to be my limit. When I do choose to drink, I'm only going to have 1 serving. So that could be it. One thing to take into consideration is planning for your drinking. There's unplanned drinking and there's planned drinking. And what I mean by that is, let's say I have a birthday party to go to this Saturday evening and I know alcohol will be there and I know I want to partake in it. Then I can plan for that. On Saturday, I can make sure I go for a jog in the morning. I can make sure I eat a really healthy breakfast and lunch. I can make sure that, when I go to the party, I make sure I drink some water and stay hydrated in there. And I can still have my 4 drinks. Let's say, for example, if that was my limit. Unplanned drinking is, sometimes that's going to happen, but you try to limit it. Like yesterday, if my neighbor had just contacted me out of the blue and said, what are you doing? And I said, nothing. And she said, come over and let's have a glass of wine. Then that's unplanned drinking, okay? And that will get you into more trouble than if you plan for it. So if you know you're going to be drinking because of an event, go ahead and plan for it with the eating and exercise you have on that same day. All right, moving on. Let's talk about where you can really drink smarter, and that is what you drink. So you probably are very well aware that calories are not on most alcoholic beverages. So you don't know how many calories are in a lot of these things that you're drinking. Now, you can look up on some kind of fitness app like a MyFitnessPal, but companies are not required to tell you how many calories are in alcoholic beverages like they are required to do that for food that you'd buy at the grocery store or even order at a restaurant. So a lot of times these things entered into MyFitnessPal could just be guesses. You don't want to leave it up to chance. You can go to the manufacturer's website, like Tito's Vodka, for example. If you go to the Tito's website, do they tell you how many calories are in their vodka? They do not have to by law, but they may do it just for the consumer's convenience. I'm going to tell you about a website here that I absolutely love. Now, I have no ties to this website. It's just something that I found doing my own searches, and it's called getdrunknotfat.com. They also have an app. Now, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video downstairs for that exact website, so you can go and check it out yourself, and you need to do this. One thing I love about it is it's going to give you each alcoholic beverage is going to have a grade, and it's going to go from A+ to F-, and it looks at your bang for your buck. So I want to have the highest alcoholic volume with the lowest calories, and it will compare that for you. So for example, something like a Mike's Hard Lemonade. I'm getting the alcohol, but I'm also getting a ton of calories because of all the sugar. So that one grades pretty low. I think it's like a D, it might even be a D-. Where something like a vodka and Diet Coke rates an A because the Diet Coke has 0 calories. And so all the calories in that drink are coming from the alcohol. And so that one I think is like an A. So you can see every range from A to F. Love, love, love that. It's also got some other really cool features on it. Like it will tell you for your gender and your weight, and you put in the drink you want to have, and you put in, I'm going to have 2 drinks over the course of an hour, and it will tell you what your blood alcohol level could be, and it will tell you how many calories you consumed. It's fantastic. So once again, that website, getdrunknotfat.com. Check it out. So come up with your alcohol philosophy. Before I head out, I'm going to tell you what mine is. If I can read this piece of paper. Yes. Number one, I do not drink alone. And I live alone, so that's a big deal. That cuts out a lot. Okay. Number two, I do drink in social settings. To me, it's a socialization thing, right? But I do limit myself to 4 drinks. Okay, 4 drinks. I plan. I can't really see. Let's just be honest. I plan for days when I know I'm drinking to make sure I watch the food that I eat that day and to make sure that I exercise and burn some calories on that day, if at all possible. I always have water with me while I'm drinking, so I try to stay hydrated. I don't ever select those super high calorie beverages like a margarita, a pina colada, any mixer that's got like full soda like a Sprite or a Coke in it. I don't ever select the craft beers. I know that's a dagger right here for some of y'all. The crafty beers are super high calories. As also the beers that are like the hard apple ciders or the even like a Blue Moon Belgian white, I think is like 250, 260 calories. I don't ever select those things. One, I don't like them that much. But, I mean, I do. Actually, it depends on what it is. But I don't really ever select those type of beverages because I can stick with vodka tonic with lime or vodka club soda with lime, which is even fewer calories. And I like wine. So, and wine will have around 90 to 100 calories, depending on the wine, in about 4 ounces. So not super low calorie, but much better than something like a margarita. Last thing I have down is I avoid like sugary drinks like a Mike's Hard Lemonade or any of those kind of Bacardi type things like that. Just too much sugar. All right, so that is my alcohol philosophy. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. Please hit that notification bell so that when I come out with other videos, you will be the first to know. I try to do one of these every single week. All right, so take care. If you've got comments, questions, please leave them below for me, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching.